About the time I was born, my mom and dad purchased this piece of land. And my dad tells the story that he knelt down on this piece of land and dedicated it to the Lord because he wanted to do something for children here. At that time he purchased it, I don't think there were any trees, hardly any trees on this piece of land. We used to come over here on a Sunday afternoon, have a picnic, and roll down the hills in a little red wagon or take hikes, things like that, but it was just open prairie. And so my dad, over the course of the years, planted lots and lots of trees, put in the pond, put in different trails, and he just loved to work in this setting, and he loved nature, and he hoped that someday he could use this piece of land for children. So when Paul had the idea to move to Nebraska to begin a ministry, and my dad had the piece of land, they decided to put the two dreams together, and we decided this would be a good place for Christian Resource Center.
Charles Unifeld, the man who founded CRC, is my grandpa. And a lot of people know him as Charlie, and I had the chance to grow up across the road from him, and chance to be out on, they call it the 40 here, and just have him share of ideas he had of places that he'd like to take this thing. And so it's exciting for me to be able to come back and be on board with something that Grandpa started to help see his dream come true of seeing this property used for God's glory and for people's enjoyment, primarily kids' enjoyment. And it's also neat to have the opportunity to work with my uncle, Paul Nauman, Kathy, his wife, and my mom, Jeanette, are sisters. And so there's definitely a close family tie here.
Part of our philosophy of ministry as far as the communities, when Christian Resource Center was founded, the major burden of the board and the people at the time would have been a radius of just roughly 30 miles and the communities represented in there. And we have always encouraged our staff to be active in local affairs, and if they've lived in Aurora, to go to Aurora games, to be involved in Aurora activities and the clubs, living in the Giltner area.
Mom and Dad were really the inspiration behind day camp. They wanted this property here to be used for children in some way, to bring them to the Lord first of all, and to help them to appreciate and enjoy nature. So whenever possible, they were here right in the middle of the activities. My dad would take the children on nature hikes. He would show them the trees and the grasses and the lay of the land, and then teach them a life lesson through the stories of nature. My mom also helped in day camp as much as she could. She often helped with the crafts. She loved visiting with the children one-on-one and just getting to know them and sharing about Christ with them. Shortly after Christian Resource Center was incorporated, they began work on remodeling the lodge, and as the lodge was completed, we had a dedication celebration for that. And our first co-director, Gary Oliver, is presenting Charles and Manetha, my mom and dad, with an appreciation plaque that kind of sums up their dream about Christian Resource Center. Gary Oliver had led some travel camps before coming here to Christian Resource Center, so he was the inspiration behind us offering travel camp as part of our ministry here. Gary was a great leader in fun and adventure, as well as in singing and teaching. So he got travel camp off to a great start for us.